You're listening to Syrup FM, here live in Great Sparkle on 109.9. The Hot Curry Half Hour.
Hello, dear listeners. This is Richard here, and also...
it's Keith here, and welcome to everybody.
Indeed. We'll kick off the show quickly with some music. This is from one of our local bands called The Dirty Feathers, and it's a song called Sitting at the Bottom of the Sea.
In my life I worked so hard, daytime, nighttime, I couldn't tell apart. Something always haunted me, oh, I was at the bottom of the sea. The feeling was insatiable, made myself an underwater dirigible. And on that fateful day in June, I took myself down to the dark, dark blue. So slow it seemed unreal, surrounding me were busters of giant eels. I documented what I could, if I could reach a surface it'll be no good. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. My candles, they're running short. It won't be long till I'm just a thought. And I've got food that will last a day or two, and it will have to see me through. Well, yes, I finally got my wish. Tracked aside a spherical hairless dish. It's dark outside, I cannot see. I'm sitting at the bottom of the sea. I'm sitting at the bottom, sitting at the bottom.
Here we are again in the main street of Great Sparkle, coming to you live on Syrup FM.
Ah, yes. Great local band called The Dirty Feathers. Wonderful. But before we go any further, of course, we have to have the answers to last week's quiz. So, Keith, please read out the answers for the listeners.
Oh, certainly. And number 1, on Sunday, it's red. Number 2, well, it's onions first, always. Number 3 was 4.5, not 4.5, as some people thought. Number 4, it was, of course, the 1936 Olympics. And, of course, for those of you listening to number 5, we had a lot of people love that one, George Formby, on his little ukulele. And the final answer was number 6, he was buried with his boots on.
And, of course, we do love a bit of trivia here at Syrup FM. And, of course, next week there'll be some more answers to the questions. And now on with the show, of course.
You're listening to Syrup FM from the town of Great Sparkle, 109.9.
And now, dear listeners, let's take a moment to wax lyrical about the wonderful world that is Morris dancing.
Indeed, Keith. Look, we're both fond admirers of Morris dancing, and quite frankly, we can't get enough of it. The sound of the bells, the clacking of the sticks, and the female groupies swooning over the players. Oh, it brings back good memories.
It does. And we sent our intrepid reporter Simon Simons, who recently visited the local Morris dancing side of Great Sparkle and had a cosy little chat with the head Morrison man himself, the legend, Scrumpy George.
What's your club? What's your what's your club? We wanna talk about your club today.
Hi, I'm Simon Simons, and I'm here at the Cross-Legged Arms to share a few drinks and a talk with Scrumpy George about all things Morris, and especially his own side, of which he is captain and choreographer. Welcome, Scrumpy.
Hello there, Mr. Simmons. Thank you for inviting me to the pub. Mine's a pint, thank you. Oh, and also, while you're there, grab me a pickled egg.
Oh, fine. Barman, a pint, a pickled egg, and I'll have a shandy, thank you. Now, Scrumpy,
Yeah?
I want to start with a current controversy, if that's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Some say that Morris dancing is just jumped-up polka with bells and whistles.
Who said that? What a load of garbage. Polka's only got a 2/4 beat.
Okay, then. And what about this prog Morris I'm hearing about?
Oh, God. That's just those bloody hipster college students with those man buns. They just keep trying to subvert Morris. That's all they keep doing. Subverting Morris dancing.
Oh, fine. Look, there's also some disturbing rumours about the whiteness of your hankies. What's the secret?
Well, it is a tradition, of course, that goes down from the Roman times, I can tell you, but as long as you don't tell anybody else. Our wenches every morning go out with a bucket and collect urine. And once they got enough, they add a bit of lemon juice.
Shaken or stirred?
Don't give me shaken or stirred. I'll have you, son.
And what do you do with the bucket afterwards?
No comment.
Okay, on to less controversial topics. Is there any jumping in Morris dancing?
Oh, no, there's no jumping in Morris dancing, not since Herbert did his hipping. We're not as sprightly as we used to be. We don't even jump our groupies anymore.
Okay. And listen, what wood would you recommend for DIYers to use?
Well, your professional uses willow, and that's because it has a special swish sound. But if you're a learner, it's best to use elm, and Bunnings a great sparkle. I have it on sale at the moment.
Oh, excellent.
We stopped using bramble, of course, for obvious reasons, apart from a certain group called the Shadow Morris.
Oh, sounds a bit creepy.
Yeah. Oh, look, can I have another pint, Tar?
Certainly. Look, barman, another pint for Scrumpy and half a shandy for me.
Yum.
Now, listen, Scrumpy, do you have a signature move at all?
I'm glad you asked. We do, because we're famous for our signature move. It's called the Sir Wilfrid's cross-leg twist and turn, named after, of course, his son, Tristan Turn.
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
Yeah, look, I'll climb up on the table. Look, I'll show you.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, you'll be all right. Look, hold on.
It looks on...
No, hold on. Ready? We'll imagine the music. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, there you go.
Scrumpy,
Oh.
back to the studio.
What's your club? What's your club? We wanna talk about your club today.
Into polka, or just curious? Madge and Jeremy invite you to come on down to Outer Sparkle Cub Den every Tuesday for a night of fun and frolic. Beginners at 6, intermediate at 7, and for the full polka experience, be there for 8:30. Bring a plate.
In the main street of Great Sparkle, coming to you live on Syrup FM.
And here we are again on Syrup FM, brought to you by Jock Socks and Frocks, down there in the main street of Great Sparkle. And they have it on sale this week, so don't miss it. When you buy one sock, you get one free, and of course, Jock scraps are on sale this week, hand-woven, made from recycled shopping bags. And tell Jock we sent you Syrup FM.
Having trouble at night? Pitter-patter of little feet in your house? Smell of wee, and it's not you. Cheese missing? You need Jock's Pest Control. Full service and great prices. Your house will be covered with Jock's traps very soon. And tell Jock Syrup FM sent you.
You're listening to Syrup FM from the town of Great Sparkle, 109.9.
And now, dear listeners, we shall hear some more music. This is from another local band called My Old Dog, and it's a song called Car.
I've saved all my money, and there you are, bright and shiny yellow, my brand new motor car. It goes at speed and it just flies. There's room for all to sit inside. All mod cons to keep you satisfied. Oh my love, we can have great holidays. Will you come with me? What do you say? Every town a new adventure. Oh my dear, will look a splendor. Distance can't be very far away. Jump in my car and come with me as we drive across the country. Look at the view and the marvelous scenery. There's no despair as we can travel everywhere. I'm okay as long as you're with me. We can go to the coast at any time. Paddle in the water if the sun does shine. Picnic in the countryside or anywhere that you decide. Cakes and scone and then we'll sip fine wine. Jump in my car and come with me as we drive across the country. Look at the view and the marvelous scenery. The wind in our hair, there's no despair as we can travel everywhere. I'm okay as long as you're with me. Elegance, it is our virtue. Your true love, it won't desert you. Jump in my car and come with me as we drive across the country. Look at the view and the marvelous scenery. The wind in our hair, there's no despair as we can travel everywhere. I'm okay as long as you're with me. Wave to our friends as we drive by, a hint of jealousy in their eye. I think our car is going to be a smash. One more wine and we'll be fine. A curve ahead we'll make in time. The steering's gone and we died in the crash.
You're listening to Syrup FM, here live in Great Sparkle on 109.9.
It feels like it's a form of life. It feels it's happened times before. The cuts and bruises on both of us, the damage to the door. And when we fight, well, no one wins. Love was never twisted like this. It all had started long ago. I remember that very first kiss. Oh, you are my ball and chain. miss you anyhow.
Yes, indeed. That was a local band, a band from Great Sparkle called The Raindrops, and a song called If You Gotta Go, Go Now. Now, I've just received a message from Greg, our sports writer, with the latest football results. Great Sparkle United won, Dimpleton didn't.
Love your fish and chips? Then Brian's Sleepy Haddock Fish and Chip Shop is the place for you. This month, don't bring your money because it's barter month. Yes, brush up on your buttering skills and get a good deal on burgers, fish and chips and battered prawns. This special of the week, of course, is Seahorse on a Stick. Come down, barter away, get some fish and chips. Tell them Syrup FM sent you.
Are you a visitor to our wonderful town of Great Sparkle? If so, come and see us down at the Great Sparkles Tourist Information Centre. We're just in Dandelion Street, just down from the Cross-Legged Pub. We have a fantastic range of bobblehead figures of famous historical people of the area, and they're all at reasonable prices. I'll bet you want to collect the set. Get a discount too if you mention Syrup FM Radio. They're a proud sponsor.
Famous historical people.
In today's segment on famous people from Great Sparkle and surrounds, we introduce to you the story of Mr. Arthur Pigott, a man whose dreams and vision outshone those of most of the local farmers. It was on a fine moonlit evening in 1858 when Arthur Pigott was taking his constitutional along the foreshore of Wattle on Tyne that a curious thought entered his head. It was about space travel and a journey to the moon. As soon as he got home that night, Arthur took out some paper and began writing down his ideas. He designed a sleek rocket ship that would not only be practical, but look damn fine too. He would need a crew of 3, so he asked Henry to be the navigator and Samuel to be the mechanic. And once they sobered up, they agreed. In addition, Arthur's wife Wendy would also come along to do the cooking and cleaning and make Devonshire tea for them all. They toiled daily, constructing their machine, which would be launched from Dead Man's Point, just next to the lighthouse. They used the finest English oak to give it strength, and walnut and mahogany to give it a decoration. 20 coats of varnish were applied to make it airtight. Mrs. Brimstone's corner shop supplied all the food and drink that they would need at a very good discount, as long as they named the rocket after her pet dog, Little Titanic. Brass gauges were placed and polished within an inch of their life, and fine oxhide sofas and soft furnishings were installed for comfort as it would be a long trip. The last thing to go into the rocket was the engine. This was made at Humbert's Metal Foundry, just 10 miles out of town in Lower Sparkle. It was carefully placed into position. It was the most powerful rocket that Humbert had ever built. It was coal-powered. So 30 bags of finest Northumbrian coal were brought in to keep it running. And so it was on the 11th of January, 1859. 20 people, including the mayor, turned up to witness this momentous occasion in history. The rocket let out a mighty roar and began to leave the Earth's surface. It headed into the sky and towards the moon. It took them nearly 6 hours to reach the outer layers of the Earth's atmosphere, but they weren't in a rush. They had plenty of tea and biscuits to keep them company. When they reached the darkness of space, they gazed back on the beautiful sight of the planet below them. Sadly, it was shortly after this that all hell broke loose. The red flag that was fitted to the flight deck sprang upright, waved vigorously. It seemed a meteor was nearby and on a collision course. There was no chance to avoid it, so tea was passed around. The collision was stupendous. The light from it could be seen from the Earth's surface below. It was a sad end for a man who had dreamed so big. The incident brought the Great Sparkle space program to a complete standstill, and it would never recover. There was talk of statues of the crew to be erected, but nobody could be bothered to do the paperwork, so they were confined to the pages of history. But you can now buy a limited set of bobblehead figures of Mr. Pigott and his gallant crew from the Great Sparkles Tourist Information Centre in Dandelion Street.
Famous historical people.
Now, a local band called Wizard's Book took up a challenge and wrote a song about this great adventure. It's called We Launched Our Rocket, and it nearly made the top 10 in the nearby town of Dimpleton. And it's with this excitement I am going to play it for you now.
When the bastards laughed at us and called us stupid, when they said that we would die in the attempt, we forced our anger into something that would show them our contempt. We said that we would land upon the moon. Our rocket ship would leave that afternoon. The Tesla coils were charged and fully ignited. The gravity of Earth is what we fight. We launched our rocket. Oh, we launched our rocket. With smoke and steam we traveled through the sky. Gauges said there could be something not far ahead we couldn't see. How could we know what a rock the size was? It could be stuck. In that blind panic we turned the ship too fast, and our engine full of steam let out a gas. Our flywheel cog, the teeth were fully stripped. That was the end of our Titanic ship. We launched a rocket. Whoa, we launched a rocket. With smoke and steam we traveled through the sky.
Now, while that fantastic song was being played, I had an email sent to me from Kevin, who lives down at Plymouth Avenue, and he asked me, did I know the difference between an Indian elephant and an African elephant? Well, apparently it's their accents. Who knew?
You're listening to Syrup FM Radio 109.9.
Well, Keith and I have just looked at the clock on the wall and realised the end of the show is nigh. But we will go out with another fantastic tune. This one's from Joe Pinkley and the Lonesome Badgers. Now, Joe is normally a country singer, but he's decided to go a little bit mainstream this time, so we'll leave it up to you, dear listeners, to decide whether he succeeded or not. This one's called Too Hot for Hell.
Trouble starts, I'll be right at the front. Whenever I ask a question through the bloody
dear listeners, we've come to the end of the Hot Curry Half Hour. Hope you enjoyed it. So it's goodbye from me, Richard, and it's goodbye from...
Keith, it's goodbye from me.
And we'll see you again next time. Don't forget we have Jenny coming up after the end of the show with the weather. Some want it sweet, some want it sour, some want to win, some they want power. Some like the birds, some like the flower. But I like hot curry half hour.
Local weather.
And here is the weather for the local area. Lower Sparkle, 26 degrees and sunny. Dimpleton, 26 degrees and sunny. Wattle-on-Tyne, sunny at 26 degrees. And Little Pidlington, sunny, 26 degrees. And finally, the main street of Great Sparkle, 3 degrees and snow.